Now, this is Gun Jam VR. I have a cool set of looking robot hands, and I have played this game throughout its entirety. I have reviewed it, and that review is up on Upload VR. I'll flash up on screen if it's out by the time I release this video. But what I'm going to show you is some of the gameplay and the main features of this game. In terms of if this game is good or not, I would say it's okay. I wouldn't necessarily specifically buy this game, but if I did, I wouldn't return it. It's a pretty decent game in some respects, but it does have its drawbacks. But let's get into it. So here you can see there's a leaderboard, accolades, which I think is like badges and that kind of stuff, and stats. It is a wave shooter at its core, so there's a lot of point chasing that goes on here. If we look at the options, we have rotation, no smooth turn, unfortunately. You can also choose to have this on an automatic grab type, so I don't have to hold the inside triggers to hold the gun. Movement vignette, so there are moving parts in this game, and you can have a vignette if you do suffer from motion sickness, but for the most part it's pretty comfortable. Then we have audio and credits. Let's jump into arcade. Arcade is the kind of campaign mode. Then there's a free play mode, which I'll show you a bit later. There's 4 different scenarios, each with 9 levels. Well, in fact, the last one only has 2 levels, but the rest do have 9 levels that you unlock as you go along. So let's show maybe one of these level holding cells. Why not? Level design is pretty cool. You can see this one is like a multi-level tower. There are lots of different types of levels, including moving parts. Let's get started. You got 2 guns, as you can see, dual wielding action going on here. Now I can't fire yet because it's like showing me a new enemy type. So it's a bit of a tutorial as you go into the beginning stages. Now I can fire. You can see down the bottom there's this beat indicator. The more I time my shots to the beat, the more points I get and the more powerful my shots are. So if I time it perfect to the beat, you can see the bullets are glowing gold. That means maximum damage, maximum points. Now I can change my gun. You only get 2 guns during a level. I can change it. I do like the revolver, so I'm going to change them both to revolver. And essentially this is the game. Dodge bullets, dodge attacks while firing to the beat. Now, interestingly, the enemies don't have to fire to the beat. They actually don't do anything really to the beat. It's just you that react to the beat. So it doesn't have the same kind of flow that some of the other games, rhythm games out there have, like Pistol Whip or Beat Saber, where the objects, the enemies on screen, all react to the beat. This seems a bit mismatched, if you like. So as you can see, there's different enemy types. I'm fighting some drones. Drones are easy, very easy. These guys are a bit tougher. You will have you moving as well. Pretty good exercise. But you see, now I'm in a rhythm. Once you've got the rhythm, it's not too hard to keep it. There we go. Level finished. Get my stats, 1 star, which is pretty crap. Let's go back to the menu. I'll show you another stage. Okay, let's go into the city streets. Maybe let's try, I think this is the one with the train. Let's try a moving one. So there are some moving levels, like I said. Yeah, this is the train one. Change to revolver. You do have this gun. I think this is like a homing. Yeah, this is like a homing gun. Although all guns do have some level of auto aim. Well, most guns do. So there is a shotgun and this kind of sniper rifle that doesn't, but with most guns you do get some auto aim. Your aim is good. I mean, it's kind of needed because things are so crazy that you barely have time to really line up your shots, but it can be a bit too much sometimes, in that it's sometimes a bit too easy to hit the enemies, if you like. And sometimes your bullet goes somewhere where you don't want it to go as well, because the auto aim just takes it where it wants to take it. The music is mostly electronic dance music, or metal as well. You get some of that. I'm not overly fond of music myself. It's okay. Some tracks I like better than others, definitely. Another problem with the music is they need more tracks, definitely, because it does repeat over some levels. You do get some songs repeating a bit too often for my liking. Okay, let's jump into free play mode now. Going to the Gun Jam Arena, there is some pretty cool disco levels. Let's try that. Now, free play mode, you can select your guns you want to equip yourself with. I don't know, so we have this, there's a grenade launcher and there's a sniper rifle, which I do not like, but let's go with the revolver. I do like that one. Oh, that's not revolver, that's the revolver. Now, with the free play mode, you just also have modifiers as well, like glass bones, you die quicker. Iron bones, you have more health, so they can either make it easier or harder depending on which ones you choose. I'm going to just stick with regular for now. Another thing about this game is I found it pretty easy. Too easy, to be honest with you. Probably completed in about 20 hours. Oh, 20 hours. Not 20 hours. Just over 2 hours. And as I say that, I die, of course. Let's try that again. And I would say I died about less than 10 times throughout the whole thing. It was pretty easy. Some levels harder than others, definitely. Some levels died more than others, but for the most part, I think on the final 2 levels I died like once across the whole thing. So way too easy. But you can play it in this free play mode and chuck on some modifiers, make it more difficult. Although, like I said, I probably wouldn't be returning to this game anytime soon at least. The biggest problem with this game, in my mind, is that it's still a wave shooter at its core, you know? And it still suffers from the same problems as a wave shooter. It does have a variety of enemies, you know, a variety of weapons, but is that enough to save it from the problems that most wave shooters have, and that is they get boring pretty fast. You know, doing the same thing, just standing in one spot, shooting like this. And I'd say no. You know, it's just, unfortunately, it's not enough to save it from just getting tedious after a while. Let's try another level, jump into 3 player again. Maybe let's try one in noise maze. So spoiler alert, this is the final 2 levels here. So I'm going to jump into the second of the last. And what guns should we choose? I think that's the shotgun and revolver. Let's go for those. So this is the shotgun. Has good area effect damage, but fairly weak. Every weapon has its uses. So this revolver is good for picking off individual enemies. It's good for enemies that are at a distance, like this sniper, or enemies who are pretty tough. When you get situations like, take out that missile. So these missiles come up from overhead. Sometimes you do miss them, and they do get you. So this shotgun is good for things like these drones. They're quite weak, and they tend to cluster together. So if you get a good shotgun shot, you can take them out pretty quickly and efficiently with the shotgun. But I've got to say, my go-to weapon has always been the revolver. It's a nice all-rounder. And just try one more stage. Another good one that will show you something a bit different maybe to what we've seen. Loading bay. Try that one. So you can see the music's quite fast paced with this one, and you have this little environmental hazard thing here. It's pretty cool. So that will refresh after some time, and you can shoot that again. But I totally wasted it on that turn. Perfect to use right now. Come on. Nope. It's going to take a while. Oh, if it came back now, that would be perfect. See if I can dodge the bullets long enough to use this to make an epic takedown. Oh, yes. Good things come to those who wait. Anyway, so that is Gun Jam. I mean, that's about all there is to it. It's quite a simple game. It has some unique mechanics. It has a bit of variety in there, definitely. And I especially like the level design, but I'm not a huge fan of the music, although that I can kind of put to one side. The game as itself is quite basic at its core, so yeah, I'm not sure if I buy this one myself, although I definitely think it's worth checking out if you are a fan of this music. If you don't mind a wave shooter and you want something that's kind of just arcade action, you don't have to think, it doesn't really have a story to it, then this might be for you. So I'm not going to say it's a bad game by all means. I think it has its place depending on what you're looking for, but it is what it is. So that's Gun Jam VR. I hope you liked the video. Thank you for watching as always, and hope to catch you in the next one.